Most people think fluency means passing JLPT test or understanding anime without subtitles. Like if you pass JLPT N1, you're a pro. No. Real fluency is not about test scores or speaking textbook Japanese. It's about how natural your Japanese is and how naturally you live in the language. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you 5 signs that you're actually fluent in Japanese and what to do if you're not there yet. Let's get into it. Or the first sign you're fluent in Japanese is you drop subjects naturally. If you've been learning Japanese for a while, you already know that we drop subjects all the time. It sounds like nothing you learn from textbooks, right? Like for example, instead of saying 私は明日学校に行く, you just say 明日学校に行く. If you're doing this naturally and effortlessly, there's a high chance that you're fluent. It's not about breaking rules or being lazy. You're just copying how Japanese people actually speak in daily life, and that's real fluency. And if you want to become fluent and sound natural, this part is essential. So to get to this level, you have to start watching and shadowing native conversations instead of scripted, overly polite Japanese YouTubers. But if you want to get to the next level, you have to stop watching them because they're not teaching you how we actually speak. So when you do this, pay attention to how they drop subjects and then mimic it in your own practice. But we don't just drop subjects, we also drop other things, which leads us to the second sign, which is you drop particles. To become fluent and sound natural, you have to start dropping particles too. And if you're already doing it, I'm proud of you. So for example, native speakers say 何してる instead of saying 何をしてる. See the difference? We drop wo, and the wo gets dropped all the time. And if you still don't know which particle you can drop and you cannot drop, I break down everything about dropping subjects, dropping particles, and other things that I'm about to tell you inside my community. So if you're serious about becoming fluent and sounding natural like a native Japanese speaker instead of a textbook, click the link in the description. So practice here is pretty much the same. You have to shadow native conversations. That's it. Or another sign that you're fluent in Japanese is you think or talk to yourself in Japanese. So to get to this level, you have to stop translating your head. And of course it takes practice, but if you're already doing this, you're way more fluent than you think, because this only happens to people who've been immersing themselves in the language for a really long period of time. Of course, it took me a while to do this in English. When I speak English, there's no Japanese in the process anymore. But speaking in this kind of settings is still hard for me. In daily conversations, I can pretty much flow in a conversation, if that makes sense. But the thing is, if you're thinking or speaking to yourself in polite Japanese, you're not fluent. We don't speak to ourselves like 今日寒いですね. 今日寒いですね. It's just weird, alright? Like if you're doing it, it's like you're treating yourself like a stranger. So once your brain automatically starts generating thoughts in casual language, that's when the language becomes part of it. To get to this level, narrating your actions out loud in casual Japanese will help you with that. Like for example, when you're making coffee, instead of saying 今コーヒーを作ってます, you have to say 今コーヒー作ってる. 今コーヒー作ってる. Or when you're sleepy, instead of saying 眠いです, you gotta say 眠いわ or 眠い. Try doing this when you're alone. Just stay consistent with it. At least try for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and come back to the comment section of this video and let me know how it changed your Japanese. You'll be amazed. For the fourth sign that you are fluent in Japanese is you use casual speech patterns naturally. Speech patterns like jan, wa, sho. These are the speech patterns that make our speech sound like a human instead of a textbooks. Without these speech patterns, it's impossible for us to speak like a human and express our emotion naturally. So these are also essentials. And you can't really learn this from textbooks or Duolingo, so you gotta learn them in context. And my comprehensive video will help you with that. So if you want a shortcut, I recommend you joining my community, seriously. And the last sign that you're fluent in Japanese is you dream in Japanese. If you've already dreamed in Japanese before, there's a really high chance that you're really fluent in Japanese. This doesn't really happen early. It took me like at least 2 years of dedication and commitment to start dreaming in English. But when it happened for the first time, I was like, yes! Finally! That was seriously one of the happiest moments of my life, and I want to experience that too. But when it happens to you, your subconscious mind is finally in Japanese mode. To get to this level, you gotta immerse yourself in the language as long as you can. And also falling asleep listening to native audio can also help, but you gotta make sure the language you hear in those videos are not robotic textbook phrases. Just be careful. Maybe I should make one. Let me know in the comments if you want me to. If some of these sound familiar, you're on the right track. But use these signs as like milestones or like indicators to measure how fluent you become. And as long as you stay consistent and keep refining, keep learning every single day, and you will become fluent. Just trust the process. Don't get attached to the outcome. Just get attached to the work that gets you closer to becoming fluent. okay? And if you want to go all in and actually live in the language, not just pass tests, that's what I help with inside my community. And inside my community, I break down keys to sounding fluent and natural. So if you're serious about connecting with Japanese people by speaking the language we actually speak instead of textbook Japanese, or just understanding movie or drama without subtitles, and get access to other dedicated learners who are on the same path, come join us. We are building real fluency together. I also keep posting real stuff on this channel, so make sure to subscribe. Let's get out of the foreigner phase, and I'll see you in the next one. お疲れ。